the results page. This is the summary analysis for each student in your class. In this lesson, we'll be learning how to use VLOOKUP on multiple ranges, create drop-down list, that is data validation, create named range, create and format graphs, set print areas, and create customized grading and result application. Let's go in. On this report section, I have beautifully formatted the report page to what I want to display for each child, each student in my class. And let's just go through it. On this portion, the picture of each child according to the name comes up here, and their details here. And on this side, we have their scores, the stand, and all of that. The details of the school here. Okay, starting from here. The picture. How did the picture get here? How do I have the name here? First thing we need to learn is this. There's something called data validation. I want to be able to click in this cell and the arrow beside it and select any child's name, then the data of that child populates automatically on this report sheet. How did I achieve that? This is what we call the data validation, or we call it drop down. So when you click in the cell, you go to where you have data. So you go to where you have data validation tab. Data validation. When you click the arrow, you have data validation. Now it's telling us that we already have some data validation there. So let me cancel this. Let me do something here. Now let's assume this is where I want to put the names of the students to appear in drop down. Go to data validation. I come here, I will choose list because I have list of names. And in the source part, where are the lists of names I want to have in there? And if I click this, I'll go to where the list of names are in my database. And I will select this column down to the last name. Let me just stop here for now. And that's my list of names. So here I'll click OK. Then it is there. Simple as that. So the list of names I have selected will be here automatically. So when I click student 1, it shows up. And that's what I've just done here, to put all the students' name here. And also I've given this cell, now this is a combination of two cells. I've merged it because some names are very long. I've given room for that. I've given this cell a name. To give a cell a name, let me give this cell a name now. To give this cell a name, just select the cell, come to this box, click inside of it and give it a name. Any name you give it, that is the name you can always refer to. So I've just named this cell Namer. So anytime I refer to Namer, it will come back to this cell. So I've also given this cell or group of cells a name, and the name is student name. Student name. So now you will see that in my subsequent formula, I'll be referring to this cell using this name. Now let's go ahead. The admission number of the student I select here, I want it to show here. Which formula do I use? VLOOKUP. So what I've done here is VLOOKUP CZ11, or probably VLOOKUP student's name. That's what I'm looking up. I'm looking up for it in a data. I have labeled my range here. I've labeled it. I've labeled my range here. I've labeled it data. I've labeled it data. So from here to the end of this place, I can select it and give it a name. Whatever name you give it, you can always refer to it. Now, on the report sheet, what I've done is look for this name in that data and return the second column, exact second column. Don't forget that when we have false, we are returning the exact value. In this case, I'm not doing approximate. I want you to return the exact admission number. So look for student name, which is this, in this database, and the database, I think my data is from here. Then return the second column. So 1, 2, the admission is on the second column. And that's what is happening here. That's why if I change from student 1 to student 2, it will change. So I've done the same thing for this one, but this class, my class is on the third column. I'll just change that to 3. And for this, is on the 6th column. I'll change it to 6. And that's just how I can get all of this. This is on the 4th column, 5th. This is on the 7th, 9th, and 8th. So all I just need is to change the column numbers. It will generate the data for this student. So if I select the next child, remember for student 5 we do not have data. All this data are missing, that's why it's missing here. So that's the beauty of VLOOKUP. It can always help you out to generate stuff like this. Now for the term, we have first, second, and third term. So I've used data validation to do that. So anytime I change to second term, all my results should reflect second term. First term, all my results should reflect first term. Now for session, I can just type the session I'm working here. But the mark obtainable, that is the total mark obtainable for my class, I can do it straightforward. If I have 10 subjects, that's 10 times 100, that's 1000. But in case if your total obtainable marks are not equal, you can use SUMIF to get the total obtainable mark. But in this case, it is just 1000. Now, to get the mark obtained by each child, we'll use the VLOOKUP formula. And don't forget, I've wrapped it with first term, that if with an if function, if dk6, this place is dk6, equals first term, tell Excel to look for student name, the student name. In the overall section, I have tagged this portion. I've labeled it overall. I've given it a range name called overall. Look for, in overall, return the second column, because I'm dealing with first term. Return the second column for that particular overall part, which is the percentage. Sorry, yes, which is the percentage I'm giving. Okay, it returns the overall for each child, and I've just wrapped it up in case if this changes to second term. I've asked Excel not to look for the second column, look for the 6th column where I have the second term, and if it is third term, look for the 14th column. Done the same thing here. This is number in class. I've just used count A formula. counting formula counts the number of non-empty cells. So if I want to know the number of students in this class, what I've done is count A, go to database, count all the values in C column that are not empty, and it was able to count just 5 because we have just 5 students named here. And my overall, the same way I did for this, I go to, if it is first term, I told Excel to look for this person's name on the overall sheet, return the third column. The third column shows the overall for first term. For second term, it will be 7 column and 15 column respectively. And the same thing I have done for the overall grade, and I've used my rank to get the position. So on this part, I've used my VLOOKUP tool the same way to return the value for each subject. Test 1. Student's name subject 1, that's the first subject. Return the second column. The value on the second column. This is the value on the second column. Let's come back to the beginning. This is the value on the second column starting from here. So it's going to return this second column, 12, 4, and all of that. So I have done bulk of the work on this template, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All I'm doing is explaining so that if you want to build yours, you can ride on that knowledge. So this will be the third column, the fourth, and the fifth. Then I've used same VLOOKUP to bring each subject teacher's comment. And on this side, what I've just done is the sum of all of this. That's the term total. Then I've used the same way to get my percentage that I've been using, and the same way to get my grade. So you can see it's a bit of a work doing it for the first time, but the beauty is all you just have to do is do it once and use it forever. That's the beauty of creating an application of this type. Alright, on this part I've just created some columns for my affective and psychomotor traits. So I went to for the present child with student 1. So what do I want to give him for attentiveness? All these are editable. I'll just click in the cell. I'll type letter P. Now why am I using P? Because I want to have this tick sign. There is a font type called Wingdings 2. It changes letter P to tick. So I have formatted all these cells to be Wingding. So if I type letter P in it and click enter, it will change to tick sign. That's what is happening here. And on this side, this is where I have the psychomotor. This part I have used VLOOKUP to bring the teacher's comment for this child, and for first term it's going to return the comment for column 2, for second term for column 5, that's the second term, and the last one column 8. Just the same way. I'm just riding on the effectiveness of VLOOKUP. The same thing for the head of school's comment. So anytime I change the student's name here, every data changes. That's what VLOOKUP can do for you. And anytime I also change the term, it also changes, because I've wrapped up each of these values according to term and with VLOOKUP. That's what we have here. On this side, I've decided to create a graph. And how do I have the graph? I've labeled the graph first term performance. How do I create graph? Simple. Just to make my analysis very worthwhile, I created a graph of the subject against the term percentage. Then let me create a new graph now. Let me select the subject, hold down Control and select the term. Let me create a new graph here. How do I get new graph? Go to Insert. This place is for charts. You can click recommended charts. Excel can recommend some charts for me based on what I have selected. You can see it's recommending this type of chart for me. This is exactly the type of chart I used. So if I like this chart, or if I want to use a conventional column chart or whatever chart, I can select it and click OK. Now it has put the chart for me. So all I'm left with is to do some editing. Now, if you see here, you have a cross sign. If I click the cross sign, it's telling me that do I want axis in my chart. I don't want to click this box. Whatever I don't want, I will remove. I don't want grid line. I want it to be plain. Then my chart title, I can click inside it and type whatever I want. Let me just say data, whatever you want to type there, click enter. That's what you have there. I don't want these values to be here. Delete that. But if I click this, plus sign, I want my data labels so that I will know the value for each graph. Now, there's an arrow here asking you, where do you want your data label to be? Center, inside. You can see that it's inside base. Wherever you want it, just click. And while these graphs are selected, I can change the color. This is the fill color. If I click fill color, it changes it to the color you want. So you can play with this graph, and before you know it, you have something as beautiful as this. You can play with the spacing, the formatting, and all of that. If I double click this chart, this format chart area comes up. When it comes up, I can do some editing here, and I want to give it a shadow, give it a blue. I want to increase the size, give it some gravity, and I want to change the colors, the borders, and everything. So you can play around and make your chart look the way you want it to look. And that is what I have done to get this beautiful chart here. And don't forget, as the values change, the graph will change for each chart. And this part is for attendance. Just look at this portion. Number of times school open, times school closed. This part will be the difference between the two. I just did this minus this. Here, I've just done the percentage. Whatever I have here divided by number of times school opened. And I put one bar graph here that shows the number absent and present with their values. Same way, just play around with the graph. Now let me select the graph now and see, go to insert now, recommended, no, different type of graph. graphs, but I've decided to use a cluster graph here because of what I want to achieve, just to do something pretty. So here I used the bar graph, but a clustered, stacked one. And so this is the same thing as what you have there. What I just did was to do some formatting to make it fine or finer. So here I've just put the grading scale that I've used and the rating scale for my psychomotor and affective trait. And here, like we always have on report sheet, next time begins on. So type your date here and don't forget, format your date to how you want it. You've already learned that. And that is that about this report sheet. One thing before we go, if I want to print for each chart, I need to set the print range to cover only this report part. So what I will do is I will select the portion from my report sheet. So I will tell Excel, if I click print only this portion. Print only this portion. Where do I do that? I go to page layout, and on page layout you will see this area called print area. If I click the drop down arrow, I can see set print area. If I click on set print area, Excel will store it in its memory that on this page, anytime I click print only this highlighted area. Now let me check. Let me go to file and go to print. You can see it's only having the result part. So that's how to set your print area. Basically, that's all about it. See you in the next lesson.